Hey guys, I know a lot of you really enjoyed my multiple video series on how I met my ex-wife, how that relationship turned out, and how we ended up getting divorced, and how I ended up getting away from her. And so since that's been a big success, and you guys really love those videos, I've been getting requests for me to do another video series on how I met my second wife, Sara. The one that passed away last year unexpectedly. So I thought, well, why not? You guys heard the story of what happened with the ex-wife. So let's tell the story of how I ended up with the second wife. So yeah. So if you want to know, stick around. The Vochek experience starts right now. Welcome back to another video of the Vochek experience, where idiots are still always us. Always me. I'm always an idiot, and I love being an idiot. It's so much fun being an idiot. Anyway, like I said in the intro, pretty much you guys was asking me to do another video series, this one on how did I meet Sara. And all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into that, and let's start where every good stories start, the beginning. It's always a nice place to start, right? Yeah. So anyways, I met Sara way back in 2013. I met her when I was still going to school at South Hills School of Business and Technology. I was going as an IT student. I was in my first year. And of course, at that time, I was still with my ex-wife, Jessica. So yeah, this, story kind of intertwines with the last set of stories. But anyway, Sara was also going to school there, but she was going for something called medical office specialist or something like that. Basically, she could run a doctor's office, that kind of thing is what she was going for. And I was in IT, she was in the medical. We had no classes together, but we had some mutual friends, and stuff. And during breaks in classes, sometimes she would hang out with us at the lunch tables and stuff, when we had time off from class. And of course, at the time, my ex-sister-in-law, Chastity, was also going to South Hills at the time. So we all hung out together, at the lunch tables at the school. And that's how we kind of got to know each other. It's how we got to be friends, that kind of thing. And we became pretty good friends. We we liked some of the same stuff, and we just kind of clicked. And sometimes during the times when we didn't have class, sometimes we would just sit there and we would laugh watching, funny cat videos or videos of people falling down, hurting themselves, just, the stupid funny videos that you find, on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff, And so we got to be pretty good friends and everything. And then when the first year was up, because the way South Hills does their programs, it's a 2-year, program. So after the first year was up in the summer of 2014, we had I think 3 or 4 months off of classes, kind of like, kids nowadays, they get a summer break, in school and all, you know what I mean. And so anyways, Sara ended up hanging out with me and Chastity and Jessica. We actually went places. We went to Racetown Lake, and we swam there twice, and we hung out. We all went out to eat a couple of times. There was the one time that she went bowling with all of us and all that stuff, So, we all hung out together. And the funny thing is that, as we were, hanging out and stuff, and then, Jessica would kind of tease me. Well, actually, I don't even know if it was really teasing, but she might have been serious about it. I don't know. She was a weirdo anyway, so that clearly you guys know that from the story I told, of her and how I was treated and, and how she treated me. But anyhow, she would always tell me, all the time, she's like, I think Sara likes you. I think Sara has a crush on you. And I'm just like, no, we're just good friends. Nah, I don't think she has a crush on me. Nah. And she's like, I think she's after you. And I'm like, no, And then, fall of 2014, we go back into class, we all started our second years and all that stuff. And, same thing, hanging out in between classes, all that stuff, And the one day, we're sitting at the lunch table, talking, having a good time, eating, all that, just hanging out. And all of a sudden, my phone starts going off. And I'm like, who is texting me right now? So I look at my phone, and here it was Sara texting me on my phone while she's pretty much sitting beside me at the lunch table. But of course, we had, our other friends and classmates sitting around too, including Chastity was there, my ex-sister-in-law. So I'm like, why is she texting me when she's sitting next to me? And I even looked at her and she's just like, read it, So that's what I did. I read it. And as it turned out, she texted me a question, and that question was, would you ever kiss me? And I'm like, what? And I texted her back, and I'm like, you do realize I'm still married, right? And she's like, yeah, I know, but I know that your marriage sucks. And I'm like, oh, you kind of got that, the gist, So yeah, it was weird, that she was texting me about that. Really weird. But even though I thought it was rather strange of her to be asking me that, especially knowing that I was still married, I was like, I thought she was joking at first, you know what I mean? like just being weird and funny, because we always had a unique, sense of humor, and all that stuff. So, but as it turns out, no, she wasn't being funny. She was being serious, and I started thinking like, she really does have a crush on me or something, but I just texted her back, and and I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, I'm flattered and everything, but I'm married, even though it might seem that the marriage is a piece of crap, which it was, but I was still like, yeah, I'm married. No, I'm not that kind of person that would just go and cheat just because I'm unhappy, in the marriage I was in, and that whole situation. But she kind of understood it, and then it kind of went away. And then I was like, okay, for a long while, like she didn't bring it up or anything. And then, a few months later, that the whole thing started going down with, the whole thing about, Jessica kicking me out and all that stuff, So, and she knew what was going on because, of course I told her, especially after, I had left and I was, in, back living with my mother and everything. So, and then, when all that happened, then she brought it back up again, about like, hey, would you ever kiss me? You think that I'm, might have a chance with you and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, kind of really not interested, that kind of thing. I mean, I was still married. And I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, at the time, like, I didn't know how things were going to go. I didn't know if she was going to give me a divorce. I didn't know if she would end up sweet talking me back, which thankfully she didn't, and all that stuff. It was a wild time, and so she kind of tabled it again, and then she ended up graduating like a couple of months before I did. And, so she was, away from the school and everything. And I was finishing out the last of my stuff. And, and then one day she came back to the school. I'm not sure exactly what she was there for, but she came back to the school to do something real quick. And I ended up running into her. And, so we went outside and, we were talking a little bit. And, so she, she brought it up one more time, and I'm like, nah, I'm good, I mean, not that I, you guys are probably thinking like, holy crap, you didn't seem to like her. Well, that's not true. It's just, at the time, just too many things were going on and stuff, and I wasn't sure what was what and stuff, So we ended up going our separate ways, after I saw her that night, with the exception I ran into her one time when I was working at Taco Bell, like a number of months later. I just happened to be taking my break, and she came in and ordered some food. So we sat together and we talked a little bit, just sort of kind of catching up and sort of kind of not, and then she left, and some random stranger right now is kind of motioning for me to go over and see her for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. This random lady was motioning for me to come over because she thought I was taking pictures of the stuff up here, because where I'm doing this video is, Admiral Perry Park, And for those of you who may not know exactly who Admiral Perry is, but Admiral Perry was the guy who pretty much discovered the North Pole, and he was from around the area that I live in. He was around Crescent, Pennsylvania, is where he was from. So, you know, this park that I'm at is pretty much dedicated to him. And she thought I was taking pictures of some of the stuff here, and she just wanted to let me know that this big old bush of flowers up by the monument across the way over here, she wanted to let me know that they were mountain laurels, the state flower. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, I wasn't sure what she wanted, but that's all she wanted. She didn't know I was actually just here talking to you guys through my camera and recording a vlog for YouTube, you know, the huge. Me usually just being an idiot, you know. But anyhow, back to the story. So anyways, after, you know, I saw her at Taco Bell, she just kind of fell off the face of the earth. And so I did my thing. And at the time I was dating somebody, you know, and, you know, really wasn't thinking anything, you know, and, so that's pretty much, you know, the first part of the story about how I met Sara and all that stuff. And I know you guys are probably like, was hoping for like something a little more like, you know, love at first sight, you know, type deal and stuff like that, you know. And it really wasn't. Maybe for her because, you know, she, you know, was trying to give me not so subtle hints that she liked me, and I kept turning her down. So it's an unusual way to start a video about somebody you were married to. You know, it's like, yeah, I turned her down several times. You gotta love the irony of it. So but of course I will talk about in the next part of this video, well, I should say the next part of this series, not this video specifically, simply because, you know, it's going to be in multiple parts, just like, you know, the Jessica story was. But in the next one, we will talk about how we ended up reconnecting after, like I said, she dropped off the face of the earth pretty much for quite a while. So we'll cover all that, you know, in the next video, and all that stuff, and we'll start getting into the, you know, the more juicy parts, I guess, of mine and Sarah's love story. But anyhow, but with that, that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to cover real quick how I met her and how she was into me and how I turned her down several times. So yeah. And of course, as always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I drop another video. And of course, if you want to support this dumb little channel of mine, hit that join button down there. Come member the Idiot Squad, because we'd love to have you. And of course, you can also donate to the channel too if you'd like, with the little QR code. It's going to be on the screen somewhere in here, if it hadn't already flashed across the screen. If you'd like, you don't have to. It's strictly voluntary. Holy crap, I got gray in my beard. Oh lordy, I'm getting gray hair. Oh man, I'm getting old. Anyway, squirrel moment. You can also follow me in all the major social medias. And check out the merch store too, if you haven't already done that. All those links and all that stuff is all down below. And of course, I hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching this video. And I'm gonna head back down to the car and get ready to head home, because I was already out spark driving today and everything, and almost got attacked by a dog. Yeah, that was fun. I mean, he didn't really try to attack me. He just wanted to see me and be friendly, and he tried to jump on me, and he was a big dog. He was big. But, you know, I was like, no, I'm good. But anyways, I'm going to head home so that I can get something to eat and relax for the rest of the evening, and hopefully try to get some of these videos edited, because, you know, the last few videos that you probably already watched at this point in time of me filming this have not been edited yet. So I really need to get on the ball with that. So, but anyhow, like I said, hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching. And I will see y'all in the next one. And of course, until then, bye for now.